This might get weird.
Okay, we rolling?
We're rolling.
Oh, cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
Fancy you being in some of our podcast merch.
I truly had a moment where I said, you can't keep doing this to yourself. And then I was like, but this is the most comfortable sweatshirt that I have right now, so I don't give a damn.
Truly, and this isn't just because it's our merch. And I'm not starting this podcast with a commercial for our own shit. But I've been wearing our sweatshirts so much that I was like, I got to mix it up. So I put on a different sweatshirt I put on my Lady of Leisure sweatshirt. And even still, I put this on. It's like one of my favorites. And I put it on my body and I said, this is sandpaper trash.
Wow.
Compared to our merch.
Hell yeah. No, I know. I've watched this also, not to continue the advertisement for our own merch at the beginning of this podcast. I've watched this like 20 times and it's faded maybe the teeny tiniest little bit, but it's made to fade because it's already supposed to be a vintage design.
Yeah.
So,
I like it. It looks pretty cool. And that concludes our merch.
And that concludes our plug for merch.
Available at dftba.com. How are you?
I'm good. I feel like there's a lot going on in terms of like I'm trying to scramble and get my family like Christmas presents. And
we talked about that last time and how they are personalized. Are you going to go that route again?
I have some little personalized gifts coming. I did the prayer candle route. The customized prayer candles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, is it you on it?
It's me and my brothers. And I haven't seen them
God.
yet. And hopefully, who knows which parents listen to this podcast, but you spoiled it if you're listening. I only have photos of my brothers from like 2 years ago.
Oh my God.
And none of them are great. So I sent all these blurry cropped photos to this woman on Etsy. And I was like, I know these are terrible, so I'll take whatever you can do with them. And she was so nice. So they're in the mail.
That's a great gift.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. We'll see. They haven't come in yet. So fingers crossed that they're okay. But then I also went online and just started looking up like animal onesies to give my parents.
Wow, you're going very 2011.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just like, they're at home doing nothing. Why not give them some comfortable, fun clothing to wear?
Now that you mention it, why did we go through such a onesie phase when we still went out in public?
Yeah.
And on stage and stuff. And now when we don't have to leave the house, why aren't we dressed as carrots and koalas?
We prematurely ejaculated our onesie situation.
We had onesie shot and we fucked it all up. Well, good for you.
Thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, we'll chat at length. It's a podcast. But in the same vein of like gift stuff, I definitely have no idea what day it is. And I'm already a last minute shopper.
Same. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, right. Like Christmas is almost here. Chip and I are going to be home.
Yeah.
Chip, block this out right now. Don't worry. I'm not saying what I'm
Cover
getting
your
you.
Ears,
but
Chip.
I was like, oh, fuck. I need to get my boyfriend some fucking Christmas gifts so we have something to do on Christmas.
I know.
So we have 30 seconds of activities.
Elliot just looked up on his phone the other day at me and he just goes, none of your gifts will get here till after Christmas and you're just going to have to deal with it. And I was like,
good for you.
I'm fine with that as the one receiving the gifts. Are you gonna be okay dealing with that?
But also the other fun thing about Christmas,
the holidays,
I fucking hate Christmas, is stuffing your face. I've already been doing that for 10 months.
Yeah. So what's gonna make Christmas special?
Sorry, this is me being a total grump, like total.
No, it's in the air. It's the end of the year, a year that no one could have really expected, and that no human beings are preconditioned to like handle. You know, so I feel like everyone's allowed permission to be at whatever place emotionally that they're at, but
speaking
good luck.
Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw this headline.
Yeah.
I'm sure you saw it too because we checked the same websites.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker, Kirk Cameron.
Oh, I haven't seen this one. No.
Okay, which Kirk Cameron, for you youngins out there, was like the heartthrob of the 80s sitcom Growing Pains. He was on the cover of all the Tiger Beats. He was, like the 80s TikToker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
His name's Kirk, right?
Kirk.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get cuter than 2 Ks.
Yeah.
One
what was he supposed to be? Kirk Cameron, like with a name like that.
Well, okay.
Like a snowboarder?
I know there's Kirk Douglas, who's like Michael Douglas's dad, who was the actor, and he was like super famous. But let me tell you what. I didn't realize how weird it is to say Kirk.
It is very difficult. It's very difficult. That's why I thought I looked up the wrong person. Because I was like, she might be saying Kurt, but his name is Kirk.
It's Kirk.
It hits you in the back of the throat from the start and at the end.
It feels like someone just sprayed your mouth with lemon, or like it's the oral version of like when a basketball shoe makes a noise.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like you just screeched and turned on your brakes. Anyway, Kirk. He is one of these crazy Christians. Like not normal, like full on things like the rapture is coming any moment. Like I think he's like out of control.
Okay.
So he organized a thing to go against the Los Angeles stay-at-home orders, and he organized like a big group of caroling.
Oh man,
I
know I'm seeing the headlines right now.
Right, which is it's so stupid.
This makes me.
Who cares?
Ugh.
But it definitely made me just want to talk in general about caroling as a concept.
Caroling. Oh yeah, I get. Okay, so the concept is you go door to door singing
Christmas songs.
That to me is too aggressive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's not just because we're city folk. Whatever. Here's the thing: is
it strictly to do like a little performance, or are you asking for tips?
No, there's not. No, I think tips if you're like a professional barbershop quartet going around in like a Maggiano's.
Okay.
But I don't think you can knock on someone's door, force them to listen to Silent Night, and then be like, fork over the cash.
Right.
Now, I know in like the olden days when they would talk about caroling, it'd be like, oh, and then we offered them cookies, but like who has that on hand?
No, and also in this pandemic, this is a national threat to have these people showing up on your lawn.
Well, that's why I was so confused, because I saw
I'm looking at pictures of it. It's not good.
No, I saw our friend Lauren, Kurt's wife.
Yeah.
Who
Kurt
lives
with a T at the end.
Kurt, not Kurt. Oh my gosh. Who lives in our neighborhood. I saw her post something on her story the other night that was like, carolers just showed up to my door and I feel really bad because like my dog was going crazy. I hadn't like my baby was asleep and I had to be like, you guys gotta go. But I'm like, who is truly caroling in this economy?
Yeah, this is not okay. I didn't know that this was something I needed to be outraged about, but now I'm
if there's one thing I'm going to do, it's going to get you pissed off about something that is inherently wholesome.
Yeah, thank you. This is saying that they were in they were
what, the Kirk one? It's just like a Sherman Oaks mall or something.
Yeah, and that mall security called the police.
Is there any headline stupider than caroling protest by Kirk Cameron gets busted up by mall cops?
Oh, the mall cops called the police to get them to come in.
I forgot there was like a tiered system.
A level, they rang it up the ladder.
Paul Blart doesn't arrest you himself.
Oh, wow. This is wild.
I hate it. And it's, okay, I know it's like, maybe carolers made sense in the 1800s,
right,
or like the Dickens days, because what the fuck else did you have to do?
Right, and now we all have Alexa and Spotify our own ability to ask our indoor tech caroler to go off for us.
Totally. It's like we don't need, like right now, anyone listening, Alexa, play a Christmas carol. You're welcome. Gotcha. In your fucking face.
Gotcha.
But like, I understand if there was literally nothing else to do because you live in the 1700s. There's no TV. You're getting an orange and 1 penny for Christmas.
Yep.
But right now, if carolers showed up at my door, I'd be like, yo,
what did I do to you? That's what I would scream at them.
I'm binging The League. Like, I didn't hit pause. I got stuff to do.
I know. This is also what happens when actors have been Christian actors have been stuck inside for too long.
Yeah.
They got to get out there and perform in masses with no masks. Oh God, I'm so frustrated by it.
I did carol once though when I was little.
You did? So you're part of the problem.
No, because here's the deal. There was like a route.
Okay.
So I was with my church.
It was expected.
Yeah, I was with my church and like me with the choir or whatever. You know, I wasn't in the choir. I was like 8. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, I thought I was in the choir. They're like, you're neither soprano nor alto. We don't know what the hell you're doing, girl.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of your childhood was you just tagging on to group activities that you weren't invited to or had like skill sets for.
Or I was like, but I'll be the mascot.
You guys obviously need me. I'm coming to save you.
The same way when I was in like 6th grade and like I held the banner for the parade for the high school marching band. It got me to Disney World. I'll tell you that much. But no, I would just be like, of course I'm going to come carol. I mean, you guys would be lost without me.
Yeah, exactly.
You would be lost without me. But it was a route. It was like caroling to the like oldest members of the congregation who like clearly
wanted
can't
it, welcomed it. Yeah,
welcomed it. Couldn't really leave the house. They would
that's fine.
They'd like these familiar faces. But I remember even then being in like Miss Stinson's living room and thinking you just have to smile and nod your head and like and it takes so long to get through this song and like what else are you gonna do besides go encore out of jest? And this choir they love their voice, so they of course they'd be like, let's do another one.
Oh yeah, they're all in it. The my brothers were in something called madrigals in high school.
That sounds like a secret society.
Yeah, it pretty much was. The only way I can understand it, I was never part of it, it's like a medieval theme.
Wait, I'm
yeah.
not prepared. Hold on.
I know, get ready.
I almost took a sip and I'm glad I did.
It's how I remember it was like they all dressed as in Renaissance attire, but they were carolers, like singers. It was a chorus, but they all dressed in like medieval times kind of clothing, and they did go around at Christmas and they did come to our front lawn and we had to humor them. But I remember being like, I'm going upstairs, this has nothing for me right now.
You've been the receiving end.
I've been on the receiving end. That is a memory that I didn't remember I had in my bank.
I opened that bank up because I love that. Hold on, was it like medieval or were they like Charles Dickens? Like, please, sir,
no,
would you
like medieval,
like
full, like velvet, puffy sleeved, like whole things. I don't know if this is a normal thing in high school. Madrigals.
Wait, and it was by the high school. It wasn't even
right. It was by the high school, and I remember it being like people were in the regular chorus, and then they could also be in madrigals, which was this like special secret. Not so secret thing.
Special.
Yeah, very, very special. But yeah, it's like they love
it says a madrigal is a secular voice music composition of the Renaissance and early Baroque eras. And then when I looked it up, when I Google imaged, you're right.
Yeah,
it is medieval.
That's all.
I'm sorry I ever doubted you. They have the full like little chefy hats and everything.
All of it. And they would go around for Christmas to people that had, I think, signed up for them to show up. So it was all like pre-planned. But I just remember being like, I'm into like the arts, but this is way too much for me.
Like all I want to do right now is have the pandemic be over so I can go to like the Madrigal Nationals.
Yeah, I know, right? There's so many. I've been learning about so many competitions that I want to see now in person if they happen.
But you know, probably now, like this was back in the day.
Yeah.
And now with Pitch Perfect having come out, everything, you know, the Madrigals, you know, when they're there and there's a competition and they're like, let's do this, that there's one team that's like, it's Britney, bitch. And just like really is like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna knock their damn socks off. Is what we're gonna friggin' do.
Renaissance meets right now. Here we go.
No, because I was in show choir in high school, and we didn't really do competitions. There were 2 high schools in my whole county, like there were no like regionals.
Everyone was top 3,
right? But like for some reason, the choir teacher was still like, yeah, we'll show them every time we performed anywhere. And what's so funny is I went on Facebook the other night, which I need to delete because it's terrible.
Yeah.
And I saw someone posted something that was like, get it, Star Mount Show Choir. And I clicked on it and they did their Christmas concert like we would always do, except they were like all spread out through the seats.
Yeah.
And they still live streamed it so people could watch it. And I remember because we do our concert of like the different like little choirs in high school, and I remember being like, Carol of the Bells fucking slaps. Like, because there were so many parts where you'd get sort of yes, I was a soprano, so I got to be like, And then the guys are just like, ding, dong, ding. Just the fucking chick from that makeup show.
Yeah. Ding dong.
Ding dong. Yeah. Get that? Wait, what was her name?
Oh, God.
Or what's the name of that show?
It's, hold on.
The makeup show.
The Glow Up. Val Garland.
Okay, Val from the Glow Up needs to release a single of Carol of the Bells.
Is so uneven, and I love a symmetry. Ding dong.
she needs to be in Stormhouse Show Choir. But anyway, I watched it for like 2 minutes, and I forgot the cringy beautifulness of a high school chorus teacher
so sweet,
who
so
really
saccharine.
thinks this is the best they've been this year.
Oh yeah.
And meanwhile, now it's not just that you're in show choir and it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
You're show choir and you're 6 feet away from anyone. So you have no one to hide behind. So you're like, really? We're going to live stream it this year? Are you sure? Like, maybe people should get a break. No, we're going to live stream it this year?
Wow.
Okay, Mrs.
I love it.
Oh, God, that really got me.
Today we have support from a company that is there to support you. I'm talking about Third Love and their bras. They have beautiful, comfortable, like incredibly comfortable bras. I have a couple of their bras, and as a sports bra loving girl, this is truly the most comfortable actual bra. It's designed for your perfect fit. They use measurements of millions of women to design bras with all-day comfort and support. And if you're not sure about your size, all you gotta do is take their online Fit Finder quiz to find the size and styles that are right for you. You just take the 60 seconds to answer the questions, few simple questions, and it helps you identify your breast size and shape and find styles that fit your body. And they have the perfect fit promise. They stand behind their products if you don't love it. Every customer has 60 days, 2 months to figure out if you love it, and you can return it. Returns and exchanges are free and easy. All their bras start at $45, so you can find your new favorite bra with high quality, comfy styles. Again, starting at $45, and it's all about comfort and quality. They have signature details like memory foam cups, no slip straps, and a scratch-free band. They create better bras that focus on what matters, keeping you comfortable. And Third Love is all about giving back. They donate all of their gently used return bras to women in need, supporting charities in their local San Francisco Bay Area and across the United States. So far, they have donated over $20 million in bras. $20 million in bras. That's wild. Third Love knows that there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they're offering you guys 10% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/TMGW now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 10% off your first order. That's thirdlove.com/TMGW for 10% off today.
Y'all, we are all stuck at home, but that doesn't mean we just have to sit around and work. The best way to play at home is to get some new, cool, fun, sexy stuff from Adam and Eve, because Adam and Eve is the best part of staying at home. Oh yeah, take advantage of all this downtime we have and choose almost any one item at 50% off. Are you kidding me? Like, do you know how much I'd love to have a Christmas tree filled with Adam and Eve? Like, get your partner a toy or something fun from Adam and Eve. They don't have to know it's 50% off. All they have to know it's gonna be 100% fun when you guys have a good time with it together. And when you do get an item at 50% off, you'll also get 10 free boredom-busting gifts, including 6 spicy movies, a 3-piece bonus kit, and best of all, free shipping delivered discreetly right to your door. No one's got to know what you are ordering, although I wish my neighbors would friggin' look at my Adam and Eve being delivered. Okay? They're nosy as hell and they need to know I'm over here having a good time. I'll do an unboxing video in my front yard. Fuck it. Just remember to use offer code TMGW. That is TMGW at checkout, because Adam and Eve has thousands of products to make you glad you're staying at home. Sex toys make being at home so much more enjoyable, okay? Stay safe, stay indoors, stay active with Adam and Eve. 50% off a purchase and all those fun bonuses when you use the checkout code TMGW. That's adamandeve.com and use the code TMGW.
Well, okay. Here's a story that also involves a high school situation that happened a month ago that didn't get enough news attention, in my opinion.
Wow, you've really had that note on there for a while.
I've had it for a while.
More recent stuff if you need
I heard it on a podcast the other day, and I'm like, this is wild. I need to tell someone else this story. So in New Jersey, there was in northern New Jersey, there was this woman that was on the school board who in 2019 was a notable anti-LGBTQIA+ outspoken woman. Right. So already preemptively, fuck her.
Fuck her. She definitely threw eggs at the madrigals.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't want it taught in school. She didn't want it mentioned, blah, blah, blah. Had written things, was in the news a couple times in 2019 because of this.
Yeah, there aren't bigger things to deal with.
Right. Then cut to about a month ago, she's on... This news story pops up that they had a Zoom meeting, a school board meeting with 150 participants on the Zoom meeting, herself included, and including students as well. This woman takes her laptop with her into the bathroom, takes a dump in the bathroom while on Zoom. 150 people, including students, watching her. They're continuing the meeting. No. Everyone sees that this is happening. She finishes her business, comes out of the meeting goes on a little bit longer, and then finally someone says something to her because she spoke about something and says, we're trying to get work done and you're sitting on the toilet. She didn't realize that her camera was on. She took her entire laptop with her to the toilet while everyone watched. She has since resigned from her position on the school board. I thought that was the wildest story ever. New Jersey. This woman who was already terrible.
Here's the deal, Grace.
Yeah.
I think it is very wild. However, a New York Times journalist who was literally zooming into, TV shows every other day was jerking off during a Zoom. Jeffrey Toobin. So it's just people have gotten too comfortable with the Zoom.
But also at this point, you've heard so many horror stories. Can you imagine being a student on that Zoom and watching this woman take her thing, 150 squares on it, watching hers move to a different room?
Did they describe what type of dump it was?
They did describe
because that's my...
She said that she didn't realize she had left it on. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's so wild. I can't believe just sitting there and being so is anyone gonna... Oh, and she's reaching for toilet paper. Okay,
see, but
here we go.
Again, this is the difference on what kind of dump was it? Because did they only know she was dumping based on her wipe direction?
I'm not sure.
Or was it a big, gross dump?
I don't know for sure. I have many follow-up questions. It's a wild story. I couldn't believe it. And I thought, what a hilarious way for karma to find itself.
I dig it. Granted, I would have liked it to bite her in the ass more, or you always love a good homophobe who but has been fucking the pool boy. I love a good one of those moments. But you know what? If you're doo doo, then the doo doo came to you.
Hey.
Oh, okay. I need to say this on the podcast.
Okay.
Because we had so much fun last weekend.
Yeah.
It was a blast, you guys. We forgot to say this on the podcast that 3 weeks ago, a month ago, who knows what time is, that both of our boyfriends told us to dress up, that we were going to have a date night on Saturday, an at-home, safe date night.
Right. Where Elliot told me to get dressed, we were going to go somewhere, but that it wouldn't be long and we'd be home because my stomach was already feeling wild.
You were already kind of full. Okay. We got a theme, y'all.
I was so are we leaving the house? And he was yeah, I don't want to tell you much more, but I was are we going to get dinner? And he was stop, we might have food. Okay.
See, and for me, Chip was I get a text when I'm walking Beans in the morning that's let's have a little date night tonight. And I was okay. And he was let's get dressed up and have cocktails. And I was great. That sounds wonderful. It's really cute that you're having me look forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put on just kind of cash cuteness, and then he put on a fucking suit. And I was I guess I'll switch into something nicer.
I know. I had jeans and a sweater on, and Elliot also had a suit on, and he was so, I said, wear whatever you want, but, kind of fancy. Maybe just a dress. I don't know. I was okay, where are we going?
Anyway, long story short, is very cute because Chip and I were having cocktails. I upload a pic on Instagram. We're sitting at our bar having a cocktail, and he keeps being all cagey about when we can order dinner, because I kept just being I'm starving. Now I'm dressed up and hangry.
Yeah.
And he kept putting it off, and then I think he secretly ordered Postmates because someone's at the front door, and it was Elliot and Grace, and we had a date night.
The Morgan boys organized for all of us to hang out.
It was really cute. We got real drunk.
Yeah.
But then last weekend, since we're on our pod, my friend Claire offered up her cabin, and we did they came up for a little overnight.
So cute.
And that's when I surprised Grace and Elliot with a Merry Christmas tree.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Here's the deal. Chip and I were picking out a Christmas tree. We got a little pink one, and then we saw the orange one, and Chip goes, that would be funny to be as a gritty tree.
Oh, it's perfect.
So then I went to the craft store and, made his accoutrements and surprised them. But it got me thinking, why aren't there more anthropomorphic Christmas trees? Like a blue one could be Cookie Monster.
Very true.
Red, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need more Christmas tree. I'd rather have a Christmas tree with, and maybe I'm saying this because my ornaments keep coming in. I should have my crock pot by the end of the day, but those motherfuckers are expensive.
Yeah.
I would just much assume have a color tree and then just spend $20 at Joann's to turn it into
a character
to have an expression.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've seen so many videos, TikTok videos of people's outdoor yard decorations. Now will put on show, talk to each other. You can get ones that my mom sent me this video. I put it on her Patreon. It's 2 trees that are on someone's front lawn and they light up. But they do an entire scene where they talk to each other and they try to synchronize.
Is there audio?
Yeah, there's audio. You can hear them. They're little characters. You can hear them. They do this whole bit where they're trying to sync up their lights and music to play, and one of them keeps fucking up. It's really cute. It's really cute.
Oh my God, this is my new favorite television show.
Yeah, so some girls TikTok being I was walking through my neighborhood and these 2 trees just started talking to each other.
See, I need more of that in my neighborhood because I've got a couple of those houses in my neighborhood where they clearly care about Christmas and they put stuff up, but ain't nothing sadder than those inflatables
when
deflated.
Yeah.
So there's this one yard, and I'm just hey dudes, we don't care if you put them up, but you just got a face down chalk outline Santa and reindeer, and it just looks like there was a fucking murder scene here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I checked my Nextdoor app before I got here. It's from 2 days ago. It just says, urgent alert. I need a black light stat. Trying to find a finger.
What?
Yeah, that's what's happening in my neighborhood. Because I need a black light stat. Trying to find a finger. And all the comments on are good luck. And someone just said, blood doesn't glow. And that person that posted it responded, said, fingernails do.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
Wowie zowie kapowie.
Yeah,
that's insane.
There's who knows what kind of decorations they were trying to set up at their place.
Okay, well, speaking of decorations, I have this under my rant section.
Yes. I'm eager to hear.
Listening. I have talked at length on this podcast previously. Also, why is it length but not width?
I don't know.
Thank you. About how I don't like people who hang stuffed animals off the back of their car.
Yeah, I know what you might say.
Is it elves that look like they got shoved into the trunk?
Elf legs.
Elf legs coming out of the trunk they got kidnapped, and the kidnapper did not even bother to let them get their legs in there. They're sitting there like the Wicked Witch of the West with a fucking house on her.
What is the message?
What is the message?
What are we? Because I know there's Elf on a Shelf, which I don't know anything other than it's a thing.
Can I tell
don't know
you,
what the thing is.
I've never been happier to not have kids.
Yeah, I know.
Than Elf on a Shelf. They expect you to create a new vignette every night. I saw my friend posted. She was like, guys, I normally love Elf on the Shelf. My 4-year-old hasn't left the house in a year. I don't even know if she remembers what bowling is.
Yeah.
If I set up the elf to bowl or going to the movies. It just has to be a quarantine elf.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
But no, I don't know if that's related to it. I saw a tiny pair. I took a photo of it outside of, I was running errands the other day. Because same thing, I was like, that's little elf legs. And they're just hanging out of the trunk, okay? And then yesterday I was driving.
I hate it.
And literally some car in front of me had elf legs that were 3 feet long. 3 feet long? Literally swinging back and forth, dangling out of their trunk. I was like, that's too much. What are you doing? It looked like it was going to get caught in one of their car tires. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Okay, 2 things. 1, elves are inherently short.
Right.
Why does this one have 3 feet long legs?
It was too much. Yeah.
And second of all, that for sure has kicked like a bicyclist in the face.
Oh, 100%.
In the bike lane.
I was like, that's like a straight up hazard now. But also, my association with elves are they help make the toys for Christmas. So why are we kidnapping them?
I don't know. Has this whole elf on the shelf, like, there's this elf that's just living in your house rent free for a month, doing crazy little hijinks.
I don't know. Now the conspiracy theorists have taken it too far.
I really hate it. There's no.
I don't get it, and they're everywhere this year.
If I was a child, is this a new thing? Because if I was a child,
I've only seen them this year.
I would be like totally traumatized by that.
Yeah,
you got to flag down this car, Mom. There's an elf stuck in there.
They're stuck everywhere. I just looked up elf legs hanging out of trunk, and you could buy them everywhere. But why? Why?
The people who have these, do they also have children, or are these for people like us who are child free to fuck with children? I need to know where the line is, and also where's the line of us stopping this? Are there going to be Easter bunny feet?
I'm looking
come
at
April.
I know. What's the line, and then where do you go from here? Like the elf has been murdered, and now there's like a grave on your front lawn. Like what's going on? I clicked on the Amazon link, and there's a couple bad reviews for these elf legs.
I cannot wait. They're all from Mamrie 869.
No, Elizabeth says that these are dollar store quality at best. This product was very cheaply made. The shoes/slippers were not shiny like the photo. Instead of being velveteen or such, they are felt. Very cheap felt. The product looked worn when I received it.
Yeah, they probably tested it out the back of a trunk.
Yeah, what is going on? You want high quality elf legs hanging out of your
It's so strange.
Yeah, I'm glad you saw that too and felt the same way.
I hate it so much.
It seems like in a world where we're all a little, on edge and sensitive and processing things, I don't know if this is the message we want to be slinging around the holiday season.
The message we need is, did you see the viral thing about the girl who saw a little fairy thing that a little girl set up and she exchanged?
No.
Oh, wait. Okay.
I really haven't. No.
It's got a couple hundred retweets on Twitter. Oprah retweeted it yesterday.
Oh,
anyway,
Twitter I haven't been really on.
I'll give you the tiniest log line of it. It's basically have you ever seen someone have a little fairy door on a tree? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so this girl during quarantine or woman saw it and was like, that's so cute, and left and just basically was left a little note as a fairy named Sapphire. And basically created this exchange.
Oh, cute.
Left a separate note for the parents that was like, "Hey, I'm normal. Here's my number." And they were like, "This has been the best thing to happen to us during quarantine."
Cute.
She looks forward to it every morning. And they eventually after months of exchange and gifts and all that, and the girl who's leaving it makes Dungeons and Dragons dies and left
cute.
her she's nerdy. Basically they got to meet. She wore elf ears. Still pretended she was fairy ears. It's all very
full
pure.
in character. Yeah.
What's so crazy is the woman was a photographer on Hey USA.
Really?
Season 2. You know how they hired photographers to take pics of us? Yeah. She was on the road with me when I was with Flula and some people. And Tyler. The pictures of Tyler and I.
Amazing.
Zombie killing in Vegas. She took all those photos.
That's incredible.
Anyway, that's a little side. But yeah, let's do more of that and less elf legs out of the goddamn trunk.
Y'all, let's be honest. Even though I have nowhere to go and nothing to do, it feels like every day my day is filled up with laundry and emails and walking my dog, who apparently is training for a marathon because we are walking for hours every day. By the time we get to the end of the day, I don't want to go to the grocery store to get stuff to eat. I just want to order something easy. Well, luckily, we have got DoorDash. DoorDash is the app that brings you food you're craving right now, right to your door. It's super easy. You open the app, you choose what you want to eat, and your food is left safely outside your door with the new contactless delivery drop-off setting. Because let's face it, even if contactless wasn't the way to go for safety right now, I just don't want to talk to anyone. DoorDash has over 300,000 partners in the US, Puerto Rico, Canada, and Australia, and you can do your local go-tos, the little French bistro up the street that has your favorite chicken paillard, I don't know French food. Or you can do classics like Chipotle, Wendy's, or the Cheesecake Factory. And right now, our listeners can get $5 off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code TMGW. That is $5 off and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code TMGW. Don't forget, TMGW, $5 off your first order with DoorDash. That's over $15 or more. Guys, don't cook. If you order DoorDash, you don't have dirty dishes. Bonus.
Now, getting in shape does not have to be about losing a specific amount of weight or a magic number on a scale. It's about building healthier habits and feeling better about yourself, whether that is fitting into your dream jeans. Dream jeans. That's a great idea. I'm pocketing that for later, my next Shark Tank appearance. But there are many reasons that you might want to practice self-care. Every person is different, and that's why I'm excited that we are supported today by Noom. Noom is a habit-changing solution that helps its users learn to develop a new relationship with food through personalized courses. It's based in psychology, so it teaches you why you do the things you do and empowers you with the tools that you need to break bad habits and replace them with better ones. It's not about good food, bad food, off-limits food. It teaches you moderation and can be used in conjunction with many pre-existing popular diets, if one of those suits your fancy. They don't tell you what to do or what not to do. It teaches you how to look inside your own mind and make better decisions for yourself. And you're human. If you go off track, there's no shaming. There's just tips to get you back on track tomorrow. You can chat with your goal specialist and the Noom community to get and give help to people that are going through the same things that you might be going through. The app is loaded with all kinds of support. The community is so engaged. It's so wonderful. It's so empowering. They also have a huge recipe guide if you're looking for new and exciting ways to shake up your meals. You can look by the amount of greens in recipes. You can look by the price point for recipes. And like I said, you can chat with the community, get some feedback, share some recipes, get some recipes. It's a fully functional system. And again, you don't have to change it all in one day. Small steps make big progress. So sign up for your trial today at Noom, Noom.com/weird. What do you have to lose? Visit Noom.com/weird to start your trial today. That's Noom, Noom.com/weird. Have you heard the story of the girl and her hamster?
No.
Okay.
You know I don't like rodents.
I know, but this is an okay story. So this girl was living in this where was she? Like South Carolina or something? I just want to make sure I get this right. It's a pretty wild story that she was living in South Carolina, and they had their power knocked out by these winds, and so the heater that she was using to like heat her hamster wasn't working.
Yikes.
And so the hamster, she thought, went into like hibernation. And for like 2 or 3 days, like wasn't moving. So she's like, it's dead. Buried it in the yard.
No.
Yeah, and was like crying on TikTok about burying it. A couple hours later, she went outside. It dug itself out of there. She buried it alive.
Fuck up.
Hammy, or Herman, Hammy for short.
Is he back in the cage? Like, where do you go from here?
He squiggled back out. She had put like a rock on the grave and all that, and it just squiggled itself back out. Yeah, and then
dude, that is my nightmare. When my hamster died when I was a kid, I was so relieved.
Yeah.
I was like, finally, this hell is over.
Well, the person that wrote this article on BuzzFeed asked a vet, like, what should people learn from this story? And the vet was like, hamsters can go into a hibernation phase for like a couple days. So if you see them doing that, take it to a vet. It's not dead. It's just dead. Like fully in hibernation mode.
I did a tiny mouth on Instagram, IGTV, like for Halloween. That was about back in the day during cholera. That people during cholera, that people were taking such heavy meds that people looked dead.
Oh,
and that it became this big whole thing of like people being scared to be buried alive. And so they created. That's what the term "Saved by the Bell" comes from.
What
is that? They created a coffin where they would tie a string with a bell above ground attached to where if you woke up, the bell would start ringing. Whoa. In case you got buried alive. Because people are like, I need these drugs, but like, this motherfucker thinks I'm dead and they're going to bury me alive.
Oh my God.
That's where Saved by the Bell comes from. Isn't that crazy?
Does Saved by the Bell, the TV show, know that?
I mean, I'm not going to tell him. There's a whole reboot. I'm not trying to like. True. Oh, I had the weirdest call yesterday, Grace.
What happened? What happened?
Okay. So I get a call and it's from Palm Springs, and we're getting like a new dishwasher installed yesterday. So I was like, oh, let me check just in case. Right? Yeah. It's a very old man.
Okay.
And he goes, yes, is this Mamrie Hart? And I was like, uh-huh. And he goes, do you own fill in the address for Palm Springs Place? And I go, yeah. And he goes, do you live here? And I was like, what? And he goes, where do you live? And I go, what? And he kept asking me these questions. And I go, sir, I'm not going to give you this information over the phone. Like, I don't know who you are.
What's
like,
the context of this?
What do you, for me, in my head, I went, is this a wet bandit?
Wet bandit?
Like from Home Alone.
Oh, I was like,
because 'tis the season to steal shit.
Yeah, that's true.
So if someone was like, oh, hey, do you own this property? Are you home right now? Because if not, I'm going to go get that fucking PS5 that someone asked.
Right.
You know, so I was like, sir, I don't understand why you're asking me these questions. He goes, because I have your name and address. And I went, okay, still, what is the point? And he goes, it's in your handwriting. And I go, how do you know what my handwriting? I was like losing my mind. And I go, sir, I don't know what you're trying to ask me. And he was like, I'm cleaning out my office. he goes, I'm cleaning out my office and I have your handwriting here with your name and address. And I go, what? And then I go, do you live in Palm Springs? He goes, yes. Long story short, I finally get it out of him that he lives across the street from us in Palm Springs.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I've never left a note. I don't know why you'd have my name and address. Here's what I think happened, but I
have
asked
an idea.
him. I asked him, and he was like, but he was also like 90-something years old, right? His name is George.
Yeah.
So anyway, I go, did you ever, when we first moved in there,
that's my guess,
we got a note that was like, hey, you had a bunch of packages here. I moved them.
Right.
And I remember me bringing a note back to them and saying, thank you so much. Like, my name, whatever.
And your phone number,
And my phone number and the address. I think this old man got that note, forgot he ever did that.
Wow.
And now he's going through old papers and he just has this one that says my name, number, and address. Wow. And rather than just throw it away, he wanted to call to see who the hell I was.
Okay, yeah, that's the part I'm still stumped on.
So stumped.
Why?
So at this point,
what did he need to know? That this was in fact you, so he could add you to his contact list?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe he was just worried it was important. So at this point, I had been heated at the top of this call.
And I'm like, this is our neighbor.
And our neighbors,
what have you said?
Our neighbors hate us.
Yeah,
so I was like, I gotta fucking turn this boat around. So I was like, well, George, it's nice to formally meet you.
Oh, yeah.
We talked for 20 minutes.
Wow.
He also has a house in Torrance. He lives in Palm Springs 9 months out of the year. Oh, and he was like, is it a rental property? And I said, no, George, because, I don't want people to dislike it. I was like, no, George, we live in Los Angeles and we have so many friends who are writers. We just let them use the house to get away from LA for a little while. And I said, like, if they're ever loud, if you ever see anything weird, now you have my number. Save it and let me know. So, like, I steered that shit back because me and George were about to get in fisticuffs.
But here's the deal. I don't trust that George is going to remember that phone call.
I know. But luckily,
I think in a week you're going to get another phone call going, is this Mamrie?
Well, now I have his number stored.
Okay.
But, I mean, it was like all crazy, but he was like, well, no, all your friends have been very respectful. This is a great neighbor. We talked. He's the condo across the street with the flag, but he has another condo and he's thinking of renting that. So then I was like, well, if you ever want to rent, you talk to me. Yeah. So I
you guys had some deals. Plates spinning.
I mean, Grace, by the end of it was like, George, you have the happiest holidays. And like, and please feel free to reach out. Next time I'm down there, I'll come over and say hello. Like, I really did some fine PR work for us. But let me tell you, there were 5 minutes where there was a 90-something-year-old from Palm Springs being like, well, who are you? It's in your handwriting. And I was like, who is leaving my name and address and phone number in people's mailboxes?
What if, here's my new conspiracy theory.
I would text George, but he does not know how to text.
It's for the best. What if his wife found that note
and was like,
if you didn't, then call this woman and show me who she is.
Who is
Get
she?
Mamrie on it's in her handwriting. This isn't your handwriting. Why do you have this woman's phone number?
Wow.
And that she was on the side the whole time just listening. And that's why he was like, well, is this you? Who is this? What is this? Wow. That's my conspiracy theory.
Well, I just remembered while telling the story that he didn't have my name.
He didn't have your name?
I don't think I left my name on the note. He said...
I thought he
called you. He just called and said, is this 50? And then it said the address. And I was like, maybe.
Wow.
Why? And because then when I gave him my name, he wrote it down as Mamrie.
Mamrie.
So he was like,
ironic.
it's Mamrie. So, and yes, that is the ultimate irony, is that he's going to look at it later in a few months and I'm going to get a call that's like, did you steal my memories?
Yeah,
at this address?
I need my memories back, please.
Oh, man. It was a
Wow.
goddamn hoot. But I really, when you get in those things where you're like,
what has happened?
I might have been too aggressive.
Yeah.
Not knowing who it's like I was shitty to that table, and now I realize they're VIPs of the owners.
Oh, yeah. Egg on your face.
It was a rough one,
Well,
man.
now I'm glad we've officially sort of met one of our neighbors who
Yeah.
may never remember us, but that's really sweet.
Oh, man. I do have a good gift suggestion
Ooh,
for anyone.
yeah. Hit me with
This
it.
might take us out. Chip and I were having an evening, and at one point there was a moment where we were going to the bedroom,
Yes.
as one does, to go get madrigal,
Yes. That's where the magic happens.
That's the magic happens. And we went back there, and as he's effortlessly lifting me because I'm so light onto the bed and lays me down, he goes, and the lights went out. He had installed a clapper in our bedroom.
What?
I had not even thought about a clapper
Wow.
in a million years. Remember when that was like the joke in everything?
Yeah. Clap on, clap off.
Clap on,
yeah.
clap off. He installed one on our on the table lamp that we like the most, but that you can't turn off from like an arm's length from bed.
Perfect.
So like I was, of course, just like, well, if I had panties on,
they're gone.
they would be dropped. But I was like, this is perfect. And since then, like just every night, like when we get into bed, we're scrolling on our phones, we're doing our thing. He turns on the sound machine, claps 3 times, and it turns off.
That's so fun.
He doesn't have to get out of bed once he's already warm and cozy.
Such a great idea.
We have to bring the clapper back.
What's the deal with it? 2 times is off? What's
No.
3?
I mean, off and on is both 3.
Oh, both 3. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was like, is clap on.
No, maybe they have different versions, but it's kind of like, it can be the same noise. It either comes on or comes off.
Right.
But you do have to get your rhythm down.
Oh, man.
That's
really fun. Yeah.
It gets confused if you're playing music.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, does it pick up on sounds? Like if someone claps in a TV show, will that fuck it up?
That's what I'm wondering. If it's going to Siri/Alexa, and it's like we turn on, like, a mega clap.
Right. Then I'm like, anyone that listens to this podcast that has a clapper,
yeah.
like, sorry. I hope that didn't fuck you up.
But I really feel like, you guys, if you don't know what to get
Wow,
someone,
that's so good.
This is the year that you get, as everyone has become progressively lazier.
Yes.
And like tiny tasks now feel very annoying.
Yes.
Get a fucking clapper.
I think that's a great idea. I'm so glad that they still make them, because how do you even improve on that other than you, Alexa, and having a smart TV or smart home?
Okay. While everyone else is installing smart home systems
right,
into their house, I'm like, listen to this shit. We got the clapper. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Oh, I love it.
Everyone else is like, I can turn on my dishwasher from 3 states away. I'm like, I can clap from 4 feet away from a lamp. Not even touch it. And it turns off.
I love it. Let me just end with this important
review
of our podcast.
Ooh.
This is thank you from Farm D. They said, love you, but ...
Oh, no.
Aspirin is a blood thinner. Tylenol is not. Just FYI, coming from a pharmacist. Just wanted to share some info. Love you guys. Yes, thank you guys. We misspoke last week. I just said, no, you asked if Tylenol was a blood thinner. I was like, I think it is. Or I said, yes, it definitely is, but I'm not a doctor.
Well, I had a couple people be like, it's not Tylenol that makes you less empathetic. It's ... Like that we said the wrong Tylenol versus ibuprofen versus Advil thing. But I don't.
Something makes you less empathetic, and Tylenol is not a blood thinner. Aspirin is a blood thinner.
If someone gets this podcast recommended for them, they go in, they see one review, and that's what it is. And it's like,
this is not the medical podcast for me, it seems.
This is not the Grey's Anatomy podcast I wanted. Oh my God. I'm exhausted.
Me too.
I'm gonna go to the trunk where those elf legs are a block away.
Yeah, are you allowed to like take them out of people's car? Is that part of it?
This is a hazard.
Like you gotta save the elf? Like I truly don't get it.
There's elf legs parked out in front of Sweet Habanero's house.
Yeah, of course.
Of course she fucking has.
Elf legs. Of course.
On her like Pontiac. And I'm like, if you were tugging on elf legs and someone came out, could they blame you?
Right. What if you get misconstrued and you think it's an actual like tiny person dangling their little legs out of there?
And also, if they're 3 feet long, you're not touching their car.
Right. That's true. I know. They make them in all kinds of sizes.
We're gonna do a part 2 of just elf legs.
Also, guys, for everyone concerned about my raccoons, everything's okay so far. I still think that they're popping up in the night, but very less frequently.
Well, that's when the raccoons pop up, baby.
Yeah. So it's an ongoing struggle, but it's manageable.
Thank you for getting in that critter corner.
Yeah, just wanted to sneak it in.
Oh, that got weird.